I got some news coming out of Lansing, Michigan today that ends positively. Before we get into that, my name is Steven with Armed Culture, bringing you news related to the Second Amendment with a self-defense perspective. Police released the name of a man shot and unfortunately did not make it back on December 29th in South Lansing. The man who did not make it in the shooting on December 29th in South Lansing has been identified as Dondre Lucky, 36. Lucky was among two people who were shot during the incident on the 900 block of Bella Chase Boulevard Northeast in the intersection of Jolly and Dunkel Road, police said. Lansing police on Tuesday released Lucky's name, but disclosed no other information about the investigation. Officers were called to the area for a reported shooting and found two men with gunshot wounds. Let's see where that kind of leads us. The police have said the victim, who has since been identified as Lucky, was pronounced not with us anymore at the hospital. The second shooting victim, 25-year-old man, was expected to survive, they said. A person of interest was detained and multiple firearms were recovered, the police said. It is unclear why the police waited 2 weeks to release Lucky's name. So I kind of wanted to figure out who that person of interest was, so I went back to the previous story. The person of interest was the 25-year-old man who was also shot and expected to survive. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's innocent. He could have shot first, but I wanted to figure out who that was. So we have here the update. Ingham County prosecutor says the December homicide was justified self-defense. So Ingham County prosecutors have ruled that the December homicide was justified self-defense shooting. Dondre Lucky was shot and did not make it during the December 29th incident. That was the article that we just read. And at the apartment complex on Del Bella Chase Boulevard, a surveillance camera outside the apartment recorded key moments of the incident, prosecutors said Friday. Fortunately, they never released those security cam footage. It would be great to be able to see how some of this stuff goes down. Lucky, who was armed with a pistol, physically attacked another man and reportedly tried to rob him. Starting out well for Lucky here. Let's attack somebody and then try to steal their money and hope nothing happens otherwise. Ingham County prosecuting attorney John Duane said that in a statement announcing his decision, Lucky shot the other man in the chest. The man then shot back at Lucky and hit him 3 times in the upper torso area. Man, that's crazy. So it goes from him getting kind of beat up and robbed to now he's actually just shot in the chest. And he still has the ability to draw his firearm and then shoot back at Lucky 3 times in the upper torso. Man, what a great little outcome there. In the end, at least, he was able to defend himself. He wasn't too down and out from being shot in the chest, where he was able to draw and take action. When police arrived at the scene, they found both men with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the local hospital where Lucky was pronounced dead. The other man, who prosecutors have not identified, was treated and later released. They didn't necessarily mention that he was also detained. Under Michigan law, the person has the right to use force, including deadly force, when necessary to protect themselves, Duane said in the release. The person must honestly and reasonably believe that deadly force was necessary to prevent imminent death or imminent great bodily harm, which he clearly already has. He was shot in the chest. Harm to themselves. If the person acts in lawful self-defense, the person's actions are justified. The Lansing Police Department and Michigan State Police investigated the shooting, and based on the evidence collected, Duane said the shooting and ultimate death of Mr. Lucky was justified, and the other man will not be facing charges. Duane said in a release, the man's name was not releasing the man's name because he was not charged with a crime, which is great. They're not releasing that guy's name because he did nothing wrong. If anybody was going to try to say that Lucky was in the right in this situation, they'd have an uphill battle. It's kind of, I mean, I'm honestly astonished at good shooting on this other gentleman. He was quite literally shot in the chest after being beat and robbed, so he's already kind of thrown aside, caught off guard because he's being robbed. But he is then shot in the chest, taking what could be a pretty serious blow, depending on where in the chest you're shot. Draws his firearm and then places 3 good shots, ending the situation and stopping any further harm to himself. I think that's a testament of a great event right there. I mean, unfortunate that it happened, and unfortunate that DeAndre didn't chose to take such actions, and unfortunately that led to him not being with us anymore. But on the flip side, you don't just get to go around robbing people. You don't just get to go around assaulting people. The only time that an assault of any sort or attacking anybody of any sort is justified is, again, in cases such as this, where you're the one being attacked and you have to stop the threat. Of course, that wasn't the case for DeAndre. He was just robbing people. He was robbing this guy. So I think he kind of got what was coming for him, and it seems like the Lansing Police Department agree. Michigan over here, they did a good one on this one. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Get in the comments. Let me know, do you think this man had a good shot? Do you think Lucky could have still been here? Let me know what your thoughts are in those comments. If you found value with this and you want to hear more stories related to the Second Amendment from a self-defense perspective, hit that like button and subscribe to Armed Culture. My name's Steven with Armed Culture, bringing you news related to the Second Amendment, and I'll see you in the next video.